Hey guys, this is DJ Randizzle. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to discuss the effects, and we're also going to take a look at the 3-band equalizer. So let's get started. So let's go ahead and get to our EQ screen by clicking the right arrow on the bottom. And since we have music playing on track A and track B, we'll load up the EQ on both sides. So let's take a look at the EQ on the right side. Notice that there is the high, mid, and low frequencies. And using your finger, you can use it to swipe down to adjust the high, or what we also call the treble. Next, we'll adjust the mid frequency. And last but not least, the low frequency. If you noticed, every time I brought down the frequency, I was able to reset the frequency by pressing the reset button, like so. Now that we're back at our default settings, let's go ahead and show you how to use the function knob to utilize the EQ screen. Right below the reset button, there is a circular logo, and when you press that, it activates the function control, which allows you to control the EQ using the function knob. So now that I'm able to turn up and turn down the high frequency, I'm going to show you how you can use and control multiple frequencies at the same time. So let's reset our frequencies and let's activate our mid. And now you'll see that the high and the mids are activated. Let's go ahead and activate the low. And now we can control all 3 frequencies at the same time. Now I'm going to deactivate the knob control on the right side of my EQ, and next I'm going to show you how to use the EQ screen along with the crossfader. To activate the crossfader with your EQ screen, simply go to the bottom right arrow and scroll all the way to the settings and the control tab. Then you'll see the crossfader mode. Switch that to EQ. So next, let's go ahead and reset our frequencies, and when I turn the crossfader to the left or to the right, I can now control how much I want to hear track A versus track B. Pretty simple, right? Next, let's go ahead and turn off the music and let's deactivate all the knob controls, turn the EQ settings back to normal, and that looks good. Now that we've covered the EQ, we're going to move on to the effects. And the best way to get started with the effects is to access your turntable screen on both sides and play the track. So right above the crossfader, you'll notice that there's 2 knobs in the middle, one being the effects selector and one being the effects volume. So let's go ahead and take a look at the effects selector. Let's go ahead and take that middle knob and just kind of turn that knob so you see that green dot and you can navigate to different effects. So once you've found an effect that you want to apply to a track, go ahead and leave it on the selected effect and press down on the effects selector. You may be wondering what effect I just applied, and there is a display that shows the effect on the top right corner. If you look at the very top right of your screen, you'll notice between the track title and the headphone symbol, there is the effects on and off button. This can be activated or deactivated with a single touch. So now we'll go ahead and turn it back on. You may have noticed in the effects indicator that DL represents delay effect. When I press down on the effects selector, delay has been applied to the track. Now while the delay effect is on, I'm going to adjust the effects volume. The effects volume knob, or also known as the depth and wet and dry knob, controls the volume of the effect that you applied to the track. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the different effects that we have. The first one being the phaser, next the flanger. We'll skip delay and we'll go straight to filter. Next we have the roll. After that we have the bit crush. And the best way to really get familiar with these effects is to really just test them out one by one and kind of just understand what it does to the sound. Now I'm going to show you how to beat match with the effect, and to do that you're going to select an effect. I'll select delay, and then I'll adjust the effect volume, and when you hold down the effect volume, you'll be able to adjust the beat match of the effect to the track. Now we'll go ahead and change the effect. Let's change it to roll. And now you can adjust the effect of the roll onto the track. Now with the effect selector, you can select multiple effects to apply to the track, like so, and then press down again, And with your effect selector, if you select it to the very right, the last on the very right, you can actually clear all the effects at once simply by pressing down on the effect selector. And now your song's playing back at its original state without any effects applied. And the really cool thing about the effects is that it'll save the effect level that you set it to. So the next time you use that effect, it'll remember that level and you can apply that to the effect next time. And that concludes our lesson on the EQ and also the effects. We hope you had a great time learning, and we'll see you next time.